Some guitars, for your question, how badly it may affect a crack in the guitar if it happens. Well, just like we have an accident, then it doesn't mean we have to commit suicide, right? Go to the hospital, fix it, and then that's it. It may come back 100%, same as it was before. And therefore, we have to consider which kind of cracks are there. Like for example, well, pick this guitar because this one suffered an accident. Someone bumped it there in the corner, and therefore here you can see the crack in this part, and that is just it didn't affect anything on the structure of the guitar. One thing is the functional stuff of the guitar, and the other is the cosmetic fact, right? The aesthetical aspect means for the eye. So sometimes, generally, cracks on the back and sides are less important, and on the top are more important. Why? Because, well, first of all, if it happens, in this case, it was just at the edge of the top, and in fact, if you observe also the setting of this thing haven't changed one thing here, I mean, it's still perfectly stable the top, like it didn't happen anything, and also because it didn't affect anything on the fretboard, on the sound really of the guitar. Of course, it's fixed properly, and then therefore here in this case it didn't affect much, right? It's just an aesthetical thing of the cosmetic aspect, but the functionality is great, therefore it doesn't happen anything. But in other cases, mostly cracks here in this zone of the bridge. Either here is very bad, and also here, if it happens in this part, then this is not good, and it has to, of course, be fixed properly. And then, if it happens in this part, it will alter a lot of the tone of the instrument. But it depends, because maybe if it is properly fixed, then it may not affect much. Sometimes, well, you also have to see that, because this is the second part of your question, that if a guitar has a crack and then it has some rattling inside, it means probably it got disglue some of the bracings, the strut bracing fans, and then that's why this abanicos thing. Then that's a very complicated thing. Right? This is in this one, but not in this one. This one doesn't affect it at all. And of course, if the guitar is fixed properly, then its functionality it will not be jeopardized. It means the guitar is the same as it was before. Right? Just like if there is some broken leg or an arm, there's no problem. You put the thing there, plaster, and then it will be fixed in time. So sometimes cracks may not affect much, but sometimes it may affect, right? So as a general guideline, then you have to know which specific crack is, if it is either in the sides, back of the sides, and then it is less important for the sound. I mean, I'm talking about the functionality of the instrument. And then in the top are also important. Sometimes bad cracks here around the bridges is very bad, but as in this case, this one on the side of the very edge of the thing, as it was properly fixed, and of course the setting of the guitar is perfect, so the guitar is still same, has the same function, right? Same tuning. If in some cases some impact may, if say for example stuff on the fretboard on the neck, or if it breaks the head or that, imagine, right? Then it will affect the tuning and all this. But in this case, it just was one impact here, which was properly fixed, and therefore the guitar didn't lose anything of its sound. Or the tuning thing it's not been affected by that, right? So it depends, and of course in very old guitars, this is a new one, but in very old guitars it also may happen that it has some crack there. Probably also humidity thing is very important to distinguish, because this one, as it has also, and some you can notice here the varnish, that this was because of impact, as opposed to a guitar that had a crack because of humidity issues. If you don't control the humidity well, or anything that is below 40% humidity, watch the description. I will post also the video with the two simple things. You have always this device to control the humidity, right? Like now, for example, it says 57% humidity, so you're safe now. And then if it is below 40, then that's not good, then you need to put the humidifier. That's one thing. And then yeah, this is the answer. So cracks may be affecting or not, as in this case it didn't affect, but you have to see specifically where is the crack, how it was fixed, and what's the functionality of the guitar, if it's right or not. Like in this case it didn't affect one thing, right? And for those who collect guitars or have old guitars, then everyone has some guitar. Eventually in 20 years will come something, or well, hopefully not, but it may be an accident or someone bumped it, children running on the hole and throw it like that. So it may happen. I remember when I was a child, I also was running one day there at home playing, and then my grandfather had a guitar, which was not very ultra super model, but it was an old collection Telesforo Hulbe Valencian guitar, old guitar, which has a value also. Kind of a classical old guitar from last century. And then when I was grown up, like maybe 20, he said, you broke my guitar, you were running there around, and then the guitar fell down, and I feel bad for it. But some cases, that's why this restoration thing is also an important fact, that sometimes guitars may be restored, and it maybe doesn't lose any of its quality, right? And of course, even if the top is more important, it depends on how it's been fixed and all that. So it's all up to that. Means the specific instrument, you have to observe what was the crack, how it did affect it or not. Maybe it was not very bad. Everything. It's just like going with cars. There may be accident, little accident thing, or maybe it's just one bump there and that's it. You fix the car, or some of the neck, or like it may have many different levels of a problem or not, or it may be fixable. So as in this case. I hope this answered your question. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.